Hey, true believers. Today we are going to respond WildCats issue 4. This is the final installment of this run. And overall, this was a great, entertaining issue that really pits two of Image Comics' greatest teams together against an ultimate threat. If you guys haven't been keeping it up, make sure to go check out the rest of the review, because at this point, it's hard to not spoil the surprise. So if you haven't, pause it, and if you want to check out the reviews, I'll make sure to scatter the cards throughout here. And if not, then make sure to go to your local comic shop and see if you can get this run. So with that said, we are diving in. Some spoilers will abound. We see Jeremy Maul trying to go up against the Epismus, I believe is how you pronounce it, which is supposed to be the ruler of this hellscape future. And as we all, those of us that have kind of read WildCats, we know that the bigger Maul gets, the less intelligent he is, and he becomes essentially like a more violent version of the Hulk. But look at how he becomes nothing more than a plaything in the hands of the Epismus. And for those of you that have been keeping up, we do find out that the future ruler of this earth, the Epismus, is none other than Al Simmons. He has killed Malbolgia, I believe is how you pronounce it, has gained his power, because at this point in the Spawn history, Al could only use his power so much before it drained him, and that was kind of one of the hooks that Todd made. So, in this future, he kills Malbolgia, gets his powers, which makes him limitless. And the artwork, oh my goodness, I mean, look at this. We have the corrupted future version of Maul. We have the future Grifter, Spartan, and then the other people from the future here would be the new Zealot, and then of course the WildCat team that we know. Now before we go any further, I always get a little hung up with Image Comics. I forget, I always forget where they put the credits. So we'll have to go through. Right off the bat though, it is Alan Moore doing the writing, so we'll try to find where they put the credits in this book, because I cannot remember for the life of me. But look at this, how this future Jeremy, how for a second we just saw the original Maul go up against the evil Spawn. But look at this one. Oh my God, that artwork. It's been a while since I've seen quality like this. And I've said this before, and I will say it again. This was the early 90s, so digital art was used to a degree, but not like how it is nowadays. So a lot of this was hand done, hand colored, hand inked. And there's just something about it when you go back years later and look at it and go, man, we had it good and we didn't even know it. Oh, miss the stylized artwork like this. And there's a reason here why future Maul has to have a very drastic, intense looking headshot. And you feel it. You feel the emotion of the scene. Alan Moore, for his craziness that he could do, he knew how to write a great tale, have some great emotional moments for the most part. Like, you know, he was one of the greats. Him and Frank Miller, they knew how to make you feel terrified. And I just love how he's able to work with this art team to really get across what he wants to say in this book. And just your eyes, you're treated to this gorgeous eye candy. Now going back to the story, now we're just kind of looking at all these nice, deep, heavy lines and all the bright colors and the darkness and all of it just making you feel kind of gross, but you're still thinking the beauty of it. Our Spawn thinks that the Epismus's power comes from this medallion. And for a second, the future Spawn says, no, leave it alone. But then he's like, no, it's just a trinket. Why don't you take it? Which makes everything seem a little too easy. Now there's a plot twist, because this Epismus keeps saying, oh yeah, I remember when you guys came in here. Yeah, I remember that. And it finally, the future Zealot puts two and two together and says, we got to get Al Simmons out of here, because the longer he's in here in the fight with us, the future Epismus Spawn begins to remember, and he's starting to build memories. That's why it was so easy to get into this headquarters. So it's kind of one of those dun, dun, dun moments. And it kind of goes into what is called I think it's called a predestination paradox, where it's like, how do you work yourself out of this? Because everything seems to be going in circles. And there is a way that the, what's her name? Is it Tapestry? I think is the way that the old Zealot goes by now. I think her name is Tapestry, because she goes through the veil, or she pulls back the tapestry of the veil of time, which a little on the nose in terms of her new code name, but she's like, how could I not seen that this would happen? Why did I bring him? And so she says she needs to brush. She says she brushes away aside the veil of time, and in doing so, sends Spawn and the new Zealot back into the past. Now, the trinket. Zealot says, what's in your hand? Nothing. I don't believe it's nothing. I got a lousy feeling that I know what's happened here. When you fought the Epismus, you grabbed the amulet. You've got it with you now, right? I said it's nothing. Don't you understand? This whole strange loop in time, it starts right here, right now, with that amulet. And so she's like, give it to me. Oh, I don't think so. And he smacks the new Zealot. And then here's where kind of like the crescendo happens, because now we see why the fight between our Spawn and this Epismus from the future seemed so easy. And now he's in the past. Things are about to happen. And then this team, now that the future Spawn knows their plan, they're thinking, well, what the hell are we going to do? But what undoes everything is we learn the identity of the new Zealot. And it breaks down Al and makes him relinquish the amulet. And it's a very heartfelt moment as Al Simmons sees what his life could have been. This is the part of the book I don't want to spoil. I want you all to go and read it. But in terms of the amulet in and of itself, the issue leaves off very bittersweet. It leaves Al in a very dark, self-reflecting moment. And then to a degree kind of learn that future and everything that happens in our lives is nothing more than mere playthings in the grand design of the universe. And that's all I could say. Is just, it is a total mind screw, guys. But when you read it in its entirety, is it the next great American novel? No. Does it have beautiful, just jaw-dropping artwork? A relatively entertaining plot that sucks you in, makes you have a few heartfelt moments and go, oh, wow. And then another few moments where you just go, oh, shit, what just happened? Yes, that's what this series has. And I highly, highly recommend it, guys. That's why this review is so short, because there's a lot of spoilers in this issue. I don't want to go through them all. There's just a few points that I did want to point out to you all. So with that said, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please first and foremost support your local comic shop and see if you can get your hands on all 4 issues. If you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to hit that fancy little WildCats roar bell next to subscribe. That way as we continue to upload content, you guys will get notified, come to the channel, and we love talking with you all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below, or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.